Let's start this lesson with an obvious fact. We all know that life is not fair. Some of us here on Earth will be showered with fame and adoration, and some of us, well, won't. But shouldn't everyone get a chance at victory, love, adoration, what have you? Well, in a mathematical sort of way, we do. Perhaps you are familiar with the term probability, the realm of mathematics pertaining to specific events and outcomes. For example, say we had a dartboard like this, with 4 equally sized sections, and we want to know the probability of throwing a dart and hitting the black spot. In this example, hitting the board is what we call the event. Given that there are 4 equally sized sections, but only one of them is black, we have a 1 in 4 chance of achieving this one event, which is 0.25, or when we convert that to percent, 25%. Easy. So let's move on to something a bit more profitable. Say there's a lottery in which the winner is the one who can correctly guess a 4-digit string of numbers. What are your odds of winning? Well, our first order of business is finding the total number of possible outcomes. This is actually made quite easy by splitting our event, choosing a 4-digit number, into 4 subtasks. In each subtask, we're going to choose one of 10 possible digits, 0 through 9. So, for subtask 1, we have 10 outcomes. For subtask 2, there are also 10 outcomes, but be aware of the fact that there are already 10 outcomes for subtask 1. In other words, for each possible digit in subtask 1, there are 10 for subtask 2. Think about this as 10 times 10. It follows then that there are 10 choices for subtask 3 for every combination of choices for subtasks 1 and 2. And next, you guessed it, 10 more results for every combination of subtask 1, 2, and 3. The total number of outcomes is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. 10 to the 4th, or 10,000. Now, on to the second part of the question. How many ways can you guess correctly? This is actually really easy. Well, there's only one way. The probability of winning is 1 out of 10,000, or 0.01%. So, good luck. Despite whether or not you win this lottery, you did just learn about a little something called the fundamental counting principle. That is, for any event with X outcomes, one which can be divided into n subtasks, with m subscript n being the outcomes of each of those. The total number of outcomes, x, is the product of the outcomes of the subtasks, where x equals m1 times m2, ongoing until you reach mn. To recap, chance can be reduced to numbers, but does this mean that life should be fair? Well, not really. I mean, money and people will be able to pull some strings once in a while. But is math fair, however? You bet.